Hello, this is product attorney Jason Oakes, and I'm bringing to you today Wyoming Health Watch. Last week we did a podcast, and it was a very good podcast. If you hadn't had a chance to listen to it, I urge you to listen to it on the discovery of NDMA contamination in the popular blood pressure medication Valsartan. Real quickly, NDMA is an acronym for nitrosodimethylamine, and I'm probably butchering that, but it's a long one. Just call it NDMA. NDMA, for those of you that didn't have a chance to listen to the podcast last week, it's a chemical contaminant that should not be discovered in any of our pharmaceuticals. This was discovered some time ago. It's well over a year now by the FDA and Valsartan. It came as an enormous surprise to the FDA, and they traced it back to the chemical manufacturing plant where the drugs were being manufactured in China, and subsequently recalls have been issued. But in spite of the efforts to recall these drugs and get them off our shelves, they have continued to discover additional NDMA lots, and we have that information available here at our law firm and at Wyoming Health Watch. If you want to go online to wyominghealthwatch.com and submit information about when you were on Valsartan and whether or not that might be within the recall period, we'd happily provide that to you free of charge. Okay, that's not going to cost you anything. But the purpose of my podcast today is to share with Wyomingites and others who are listening that NDMA has now been discovered in Zantac. As many of you know, Zantac is a very, very popular drug used by millions and millions of people in the United States to treat heartburn and acid reflux and GERD. I've used Zantac myself at times. Zantac is mostly sold over the counter, and the discovery of NDMA was made recently with respect to the over-the-counter product. A lot of people are saying you got to throw away your Zantac. Don't do that. Don't use it. Okay, you don't want to use it. You want to put it somewhere. Put it in a duffel bag. Stick it in a bag that says "Do not use." But God forbid, if one of those Zantac pills ends up being one that is part of a lot that was recalled, there very well will be a potential lawsuit on the horizon. So don't get rid of your Zantac, but pay extra special attention to not use the Zantac on your shelf right now. So put it away, but hang on to it. And God, let's hope that there's no problem down the line with respect to any conditions from a health standpoint regarding any use of Zantac. Obviously, any sort of diagnosis, God forbid, of stomach cancer, colorectal cancer, or liver cancer, and you believe you were taking Zantac while that was manifesting within your body. And keep in mind, these are not cancers we see too often. But we're starting to see them, and there's been lots of good science that has connected the dots between the exposure to NDMA and the ingestion of NDMA. Obviously, the delivery device in this case being either Zantac or Valsartan, with the high likelihood of increase of risk with these three cancers. So, in conclusion, Valsartan's been discovered to have NDMA contaminants. Zantac has been discovered to have NDMA contaminants. NDMA is classified by our Environmental Protection Agency, the EPA, as a probable carcinogen. This is not something you want to expose your body to. This is not something you want to ingest. If you have any questions, go to wyominghealthwatch.com. Submit it to me through the website. I look at everything that comes through there. I will respond to it. I'll get you all the information that we have. No strings attached. It's not going to cost you a penny. We just want to get this word out to the consuming public and to Wyoming. Again, I'm product attorney Jason Oakes, and this is your Wyoming Health Watch.